Hi guys, so today I wanted to talk about apps to use on your phone to keep track of your workouts. Um, and I know that a lot of people will use pen and paper or an app. There's different techniques you can use, but the reason this is beneficial is that as you keep track, you can look at what you've previously lifted and remember that and maybe use that to increase and monitor your progression, which can also be very motivational. Another benefit is that when you go to the gym, you're never left sitting there thinking, oh, well, what exercise do I do next? Or wandering aimlessly. It provides a focus to your workout that you know what you're doing, you know what you're doing next. And then many apps also use a timer in between exercises so that you're not wasting too much time or you're keeping your heart rate up and you're actually being more productive in that way, because for the best results, you should have minimal rest in between your sets or your exercises, or adequate, not too long, but not too short. And so a timer can help with that. So the app that I like to use is called Strong. And I'm going to go ahead and bring that up on the screen here. Okay, first we get to see my beautiful wife, because I always like to show her off. And then the app, the Strong app, is the black circle with the barbell, blue barbell running across it. We're going to go ahead and open it. That's what it looks like. Now on Android, I think this was $4 or $5 one-time fee. On my wife's phone, we did purchase it for iPhone, and it limits the number of workouts you can store unless you pay either an annual fee, a monthly fee. So there are additional costs for the iPhone version. And if I guess those are not something you want to or willing to pay, then you can find other apps similar to this. The goal of this video is just to maybe give you ideas on ways that can help you be more efficient in the gym and with your workouts and your progression. This app just being one example of that. So first off, we have the profile, which is me there. It says I've done 145 workouts. It keeps track of how many workouts per week. I don't really spend any time on this screen. Hitting the gear, the cog up in the top right, you can set settings within the app, the weight system you want to use, whether you want to use like pounds or kilograms, for example. It looks like you can have a default timer value I'm putting there 1 minute, or increment values to the timer, 30 seconds. You can tell it to vibrate when it's done with each exercise. You can do auto full screen. So just general settings are here. Okay, we're going to go back out. We're going to go to the next tab, which is history. This I use because I typically in the splits I'll have a push day, a pull day, a legs day, and then like a core day with also including maybe a lagging muscle or body part. And I'm also going to add into this very shortly a calisthenics day. And so looking at the history, you can then see, okay, last time or this week I've done legs and a pull day, bicep and back, so now I want to do a chest and tricep day. And you can also see, as we'll get to the next tab, which is workouts, I'll flip there now. I've got 3 leg workouts, 3 chest and tricep workouts, 3 back and bicep workouts. And so in the history, I can see, okay, last time I did chest, workout number 1 or 2. So the next time I do chest again, I'm going to do chest exercise number 3. And in that way, I cycle through the various exercises or routines that I've pre-created within the app. And that is, we create the workouts here on this workout tab. We create them in advance. And let's edit a workout. So for example, this legs one, I'm going to click on it. I can edit it. I can share it. So if you choose to get this app, I can share my workouts with you. You can import them and then customize them. I'm going to edit this workout. You can add notes to the various exercises, but we're going to look at this one real quick. So I've put in here just a routine I've got squat first, and it remembers the previous amount I did. Now don't judge me too harshly there on my squats. I'm still recovering from a leg injury I had, or a knee injury, so I've been going fairly light on some of my leg workouts. But you can then create, also within the app, supersets, or link certain exercises together so that you know you're alternating between them. So the squats to the left, you see there's no color. That means I just do that one on its own. And you can also set a timer, a rest timer, so that after you perform a set, then the timer, you log it immediately in the phone, and then the timer kicks off, and it tells you that how much resting time you have. And if you've got headphones on or listening to music, that's okay. It'll still give you a little buzz or a beep and tell you your timer's done, and you know it's time to start the next set. As you've done a set, the check on the right-hand side is where you click that you've completed it, and that initiates the timer. You can put notes on the exercises. So here with pistol squats, I put in there a note that's permanent that says sometimes with the TRX strap. So sometimes I'm doing just pistol squats, sitting down onto a bench, and other times I'm doing them with the TRX straps. On that exercise, when I created it, it's with your body weight, so I don't need to enter a body weight. So you can see that column just says NA, non-applicable, and it just keeps track of the repetitions. And you can see to the left of the pistol squats, there's kind of a purpley color, and on the exercise right below it, calf raises seated, it's also a purple color. It means I've linked those as a superset. So that tells me when I look at this, I'm going to do a pistol squats, a sequence or a set of pistol squats, and then I'm going to go to the calf raises. Then I'm going to go back to the pistol squats, calf raises, so I'm alternating. And you can see there as we scroll through this workout, hip thrusts with a barbell and single leg push down are supersetted. Standing calf raise machine and jump squats and wall sits, that's an exercise. Those are supersetted. So I do like to superset most of my exercises in my workouts. Okay, we're going to go out of editing the workout, and we're going to flip to the tab that says exercises. So the app comes with quite a few predefined exercises, and you can click on them, and that tells me my history of doing bench press. But you can also edit the exercises that are there. As you create a workout, you can create your own exercises. So looking here in the middle of the page there, you can see a bench press Precor. Precor is just one of the machines, one of the brand of machines at my gym. And I wanted to remember, okay, when on this bench press, I like variety. So sometimes I'm doing it on a machine, sometimes I'm doing it with the barbell, sometimes I'm doing it with a different machine. Different styles, different angles. I like that variety. So I've added that exercise, and to do that, I click up on the top right and I hit there, create exercise. You can then add an exercise. We're going to call this one sample. You can go choose a category here, whether you're doing it with a barbell, dumbbell, a machine, weighted body weight, assisted body, reps only, cardio exercise, duration. So it's very flexible there. You can choose the body part that you want this to the category to put it in. Quite a few categories there. I won't go through them all. And you can set the default timer duration, meaning after you've clicked in the app that you've completed the exercise, the rest timer before it tells you to start the next exercise. So you can set a default there. As you're working out, if you find that you've set maybe an incorrect timer length, like let's say you've set it for a minute and you really only need 30 seconds to rest, you can, in the app as it's running, hit minus 30 seconds, and it'll remember that you've changed that to only be 30 seconds, and the next time you do the workout, it will be 30 seconds instead of a minute. This is just the default starting point for rest. Okay, we're going to go out of there. We're going to go to the tab that says measure. Here's if you want to track your weight within the app. I don't. I use My Macros Plus to track my weight there. So if we were going to start and do a workout, I just want to really quick end this video by showing you how we would do that. We would go to the workouts tab. Well, first I'd go to my history tab. And there, looking, I've done, the last exercises I've done was legs number 2, back bicep number 2, chest tricep number 2. So it looks like my next leg exercise would be leg number 3. That's what I'm on. So I'd click on the workout, I'd click on my legs number 3, and it's now started this workout routine with the timer. The first exercise on this workout routine is a superset between squat on a machine and hamstring curls. And it shows me what I did last time, or what I've done before, which is 240 pounds, 12 reps. So I can either click and type in the weight I've done. Let's say I've done more this time. I've done 250, and I can click and put in the repetitions, 12. And then the little box, the check box to the right, when I've completed it, let's say I just did this exercise, I hit it, and you can see my 30-second rest timers popped up to give me time to get over to do hamstring curls. I try and superset my exercises so that the rest is minimal. I don't need to let my quads or my butt recover too much in between these two exercises. Or if it was like an arm day or something, I might have an exercise that's triceps and then another exercise that's front delts. And so that my triceps can rest while I'm working the front delts, and I superset it that way. And so many of my exercises, I try and do that so I don't need a lot of rest. As I was talking, the timer counted down, and at the end it gave me a little buzz and let me know timer's done. And so even if you're not looking at your phone, if you're listening to your music, you know, okay, time to start the next exercise, which would be hamstring curl. Now let's say a hamstring curl I didn't increase in weight. A fast way to enter that I've completed that exercise is that I can click on the previous 35 by 13. I can just tap that and it'll bring up repeat previous set. Yeah, because let's say I did the same weight today, the same amount, the same reps. I can click on that, it fills it in with what I did last time, and then I just hit the checkbox, and now my timer started again. You can here's where I was talking earlier that you can hit the minus 30 seconds or plus 30 seconds if you need to adjust the rest timer. You can also just tap on the screen or hit skip timer if you don't want to look at it anymore. But you see that the timer keeps going up at the top of the screen. So it hasn't canceled the timer, it's still going. It just allows you to go back to looking at your workout program. When you're done with the whole workout, as you've completed everything, you would hit finish. And then it'll ask you to give you a summary, and you can hit save, and then it remembers this workout. Another thing to be aware of is you can customize the workout and replace things. Like if today I didn't want to do this hamstring curl, I can click on that and I can say replace exercise. I can edit it. I can change the bar type. One thing too that's good is you can add warm-up sets, and you can add like drop sets. So here in my hamstring curl, on row number 2, let's say I do a drop set. So a drop set is when you start heavier, you do as many as you can, and then you drop the weight immediately and continue the exercise. So you could click on that number 2 for that second row, and I could say, oh, this is a warm-up set, a normal set, a failure set, or I could say a drop set. So you can also keep track of that in your workout. I think another thing to make note of is that if your gym's busy and sometimes you can't get to the machine or the exercise that you want to do that's in your program, that's okay. Don't freak out about that. Do something similar. So this hamstring curl here, the machine I like to do it on is actually one with free weights, where I put the weights on the machine and then I perform a hamstring curl. But if that's in use, I can go over to the cable type machine that's where you're sitting, or there's another machine where you're lying on your stomach and you're curling the hamstring. So if something's in use and you can't do it, just find a replacement as close as you can, and that's okay. And you don't even have to mess with changing your workout unless you really want to. You could just click on repeat previous set and log it, even though it's a different machine, maybe a different weight. That's all right. The goal is to still be consistent And as long as on the replacement exercise, if you're still pushing yourself and going to failure, you're still going to get just as much benefit. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel out of this workout. If you accidentally start one that by accident and you don't want to save it, as I hit back there, you can see that workout is still going along the bottom, legs number 3. It says it's been going for almost 5 minutes. I'm going to hit the X there. It's going to say, hey, do you want to discard or cancel this workout? Yeah, I'm not really doing that. So that is the app Strong. I really like it. I've been using it for about a year, and it's occasionally I'll change up my routines or exercises to add some variety, but I've found it very useful, and I hope that you guys can get something out of it too. If you don't use this app, use something. It can really take your workouts and your gym time to the next level and get you the results you're looking for. All right, I will see you guys in the next video.